Welcome everybody to the Division 3 championship game. We've got two incredible teams who have battled hard all season long to make it to the finals here. I am your play-by-play man, Darren Basmajan, and beside me are my two color men. First, Justin Blanchard to the left of me. Justin, say hi.
How do you do?
And my next color man, George Michael Calethris.
Hello, Darren.
How are you?
I'm very well.
All right, good stuff. So let's get into it. Les Monsieurs Chats, or Les Messieurs Chats, I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to pronounce this, against Prestige Worldwide. Two incredible teams, two teams I think that we're not shocked by seeing in the finals, right, George?
Absolutely not. I mean, for the most part, there was a bit of a tight-knit race in Division 3, but it's no surprise to anyone right now.
Justin, thoughts on this game so far? Monsieurs Chats starting with the ball here. I'm going to come to you after this first snap. There's a penalty right off the first play. Flag on the play as it's a ball caught down the sideline. So what does Monsieurs Chats need to do here?
I think they really just need to stick with their game. They run really good route concepts. They like to push the ball forward and really score at will. That's really it for them.
Also, something they need to do is wear their flags.
Because
that's why they got a penalty. Because one of their players wasn't wearing the flags. You know, we talk about finals jitters all the time. That's the first one. That's
it's definitely a rough way to start the game for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Well, here we go. So let's try that again. Take two. Les Monsieurs Chats, Nicolas Santomo, quarterback of the year, getting ready to take the snap here. One of the top quarterbacks in Division 3, obviously. Pass is thrown, threads the needle right past Anthony Como's defense, and it's a catch and gain of quite a bit of yardage by Jean-Christophe Mercil. Yes.
Mercil, for sure.
Yeah, great catch, great play, and we're going to hear his name a lot. He was wide receiver of the year.
Absolutely,
exactly.
Wide receiver of the year, racking up those yards after conversion as well there.
Blanchard, you played on Checkmate?
Yeah.
Or Check Moose, or whatever it is you guys call
Moose,
yourselves?
yeah.
Moose, yeah. And you guys lost against...
We actually beat them in the last game of the year.
They put up 60 points.
Yeah, 60-43.
Okay, sorry, yeah. So what happened there?
It was really defensively. They failed to adapt. I scored 4 touchdowns on exactly the same play. So they really need to find a way to adapt defensively, especially against a quarterback as amazing as Alex Lever.
Simon Gauthier with a quick slant in, tackled by Anthony Como there.
Do you want me to leave or what? I'm just kidding, George. Yeah, great play. And we know that Santomo can spread that ball around. You know, Merci did win wide receiver of the year, and he is a great wide receiver. But there's nobody who's like not competent on this offense. They're a great offensive unit and led by an excellent quarterback. That's what happens when you have 2 of the 4 champion individual awards on your team. Santomo looking over the middle of that pass goes nowhere.
No one really.
Really not a great pass. Maybe it was just throwing it away because nothing was really happening. Under pressure from Patrice Blouin, who I think is a very underrated rusher in his own right.
Yep, I think he finished with 11 sacks on the season, which is still pretty solid.
George?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, he's a very seasoned veteran in this league. It's not just about the sacks as well. It's the pressure that he puts on opposing quarterbacks. He's a consistent threat no matter who he faces up against.
Santomo has it going with a trips alignment. 3 receivers to his left side. 1 guy in isolation on the right side. A bit of a different look. Santomo takes the snap, looking to his left, and the ball bounces off the chest of number 4, Simon Gauthier.
That's not something you see too often. I played with Simon a few years back, and let me tell you, he has one of the best hands around. So
just one hand?
One of the best pairs of hands.
Okay, there we go.
On the other side of the ball, though, you saw the Prestige Worldwide defenders all swarming, ready to make that tackle after the catch.
Yeah, and there are that type of team. They're like a pack of bulldogs, just running straight to the ball. And there's not one guy I would say is necessarily the leader. They just have a whole set of great players. And probably greatest of them all is Jean-Sébastien Gradowski, 2-way player of the year, who's roaming that backfield. Santomo takes the snap, looking to his left. Now evades the rush by Blouin, and he's going to get some yardage by running. And this is something that might not be the biggest tool in his arsenal, but he's still something he can do from time to time.
And it's definitely enough for the first down there.
Yep, definitely. Gains 7 yards on that one. Only needed 5. George.
Yes, Dar.
What does Prestige Worldwide need to do to stop this LMC offense?
Well, Prestige Worldwide is definitely one of the more physical defenses in Division 3. I think that if they can impede the routes of LMC, it's going to frustrate Nicola Centoma trying to find his guys open, and it's definitely going to frustrate the receivers as well.
We'll see if that continues to be a storyline. As you mentioned, quite a physical group led by one of the most physical players in the game, Anthony Como, as well. Pass sails over the head of two possible receivers there, out the back of the end zone. A couple times we've seen it go out the back of the end zone there. The Les Monsieurs Chats continuing a methodical, slow march down the field. So far, they are the only team to hold the ball, and we are several minutes in. Kind of a different vibe than we saw in the prior last two games, where it was quick strike offenses leading the field. I don't think we're going to see that much from anybody here, GM.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Scoop and I were mentioning in our podcast this is going to be a high-scoring event. Everything that leads up to this point right now suggests otherwise.
Centomo takes the snap, looking over the middle, waiting, under pressure, slant underneath, but
Wow.
that ball is intercepted
Adam Spence.
by number 11, Adam Spence, a very reliable player on the defensive side. Played with him in, I think it was like 5-6 years ago, but he's a great player, a great athlete, and a smart defensive
Former
player.
Division 2 player of Phoenix.
Yeah, and comes up underneath for the interception, and that's the first mistake of the game.
Wow. And I don't know if you didn't see him or if you just got a bit greedy. I mean, he had a receiver underneath pretty much wide open.
It comes back to bite him. So now Alex Lever takes his first snap of the game, looks to his left and goes to GF Trudeau, gets a tackle, gains some yardage on a missed tackle
And again,
by
it's
Seb Deschamps.
the mistakes.
You can't make mistakes like that, and we saw it in the Division 4 championship.
Final,
So many mistakes that led to crucial problems, and now 2 mistakes in a row for Les Monsieurs Chats put them in a tough situation. Who do we have to look for as an offensive contributor here, GM? Who do you think is going to be the main guy?
I think the issue is who can't we look at right now? Because it's so stacked. I mean, you've got Como, who's mentioned week after week, but at the same time, Maxime Laflamme had a huge game. Oh, and Alex Lever's taking off on a run here.
And
Gets
gains
at
yards
least
on a
10,
missed tackle.
tackled by Marc-André Lapointe.
Marc-André Lapointe, who has some experience in the finals. Is a guy who's played with Mongoose, if I'm not mistaken, in the championship last
Yeah.
year.
That is correct, in Division 4.
And so he's a big physical player, a guy who can really get it done on the defensive side as well. Lever has a lot of tools at his disposal, both offensively, and he's a slippery player. He can gain some yards if you make it too obvious. So, and who do you not cover on this offensive? I mean, you say a guy like GF Trudeau might not be the top guy, but he's made huge plays for them week in, week out as well.
Absolutely. And I mean, another name we're not mentioning a lot is Kevin Toussaint. But if you leave him uncovered, he's going to definitely punish you for it, and Lever will find the open man.
Lever looking for the open man, finds a receiver, I think Maxime
Laflamme, yes.
on the right side as he falls down, gain of 6
Nice
yards.
crossing route there with Toussaint with Laflamme going underneath.
Justin, what are you seeing on the defense here from Les Monsieurs Chats that needs to improve?
I think they really just need to play a bit tighter. They're not doing much, in my opinion, honestly. They need to step up and really make those tackles, especially.
Go a little bit more aggressive. As
Absolutely.
Lever looks the back of the end zone, ball sails safely out of bounds. He's kind of talking to Como there. It seems like somebody didn't run the proper route, some kind of miscommunication.
He may have actually had Kevin Toussaint there. Toussaint who had his hand up asking for a jump ball, but it looks like it was just a little bit overthrown.
I would say a lot bit. But again, if you're not sure, you don't want to make the mistake. We saw what happened when Centomo kind of got a bit greedy, like Justin mentioned, and interception, and that's the worst place to throw an interception is in the red zone. Alex Lever, experienced quarterback in this league, champion last spring with Darren Worldwide, now looking to make it for Prestige Worldwide.
I'm
Trudeau.
sorry, I'm not clear on that team name.
Darren Worldwide. One more time. Darren Worldwide. Champions. And Prestige Worldwide looking for the championship here. JF Trudeau with the catch.
First down.
Before going out of bounds. And it's that interesting situation where you get that first down, but you're in the red zone. So 4 downs to try and score. A lot of teams can choke in this situation.
I don't think this is necessarily one of those teams, considering the size they have and the center in Anthony Como. He definitely should be the first red zone read every red zone.
Just turn. Take one step and turn. There you go. Lever looking right, and that ball is thrown off the fingertips of the intended receiver, J.S. Gradowski. Almost looked like it could have been intercepted off the bounce, but it's got to be careful. I mean, like when you've got a guy like Como, why are you going to waste your time?
Yeah, there's no need to get fancy in here.
So, second down, and very, very short for the Prestige Worldwide offense. Lever's got a lot of tools at his disposal. That last pass was actually to Maxime Laflamme. My mistake on that one. So
Kevin
Lever pats
Toussaint.
the ball, looks to the right.
Again
and
to Toussaint with
Yeah.
that drop.
So finals jitters, it seems, are getting to both teams here.
That's something we see a lot of. It's common, especially in the first few drives, and this has been a really slow-paced
Yeah.
first half so far. Les Monsieurs Chats are really slow, but they wear you down, and because it's who do you stop?
We're 10 minutes into the game already, we're being told.
And it's still 0-0.
Still no score.
It's insane. It's not the kind of thing we see too often, and it's not necessarily boring. It's just well played. But Lever fakes and then
There it
throws
is.
over the middle, and that's the
J.S.
touchdown.
Grodowski.
The J.S. Grodowski. This time it's him, and that's why he's the two-way player of the year. Excellent receiver, excellent defender, and he's been a reliable guy for Alex Lever all season. And so finally, our first score of the game, 10 minutes into it, 6-0, 11 minutes into it. Thank you, Eagle. 6-0 lead for Prestige Worldwide, going for the 1-point convert. Lever taking the snap, pats it, goes to the right, and then he's got a catch in the front of
Good
the
throw.
end zone to Maxime Laflamme. And it is a 7-0 lead for Prestige Worldwide. Second drive coming up for Les Monsieurs Chats. Anything you'd change here, GM?
There's absolutely nothing I've changed. You alluded to earlier the sure-handed J.S. Grodowski. Definitely the pickup of the year in Division 3 for Alex Lever. Well, for any team in Division 3.
Absolutely.
He's flourished under this team. It's been huge. You know what? Honestly, with a hard-hitting team like Les Monsieurs Chats in offense, the fact that Prestige are maximizing their time with the ball is huge because they're forcing LMC to play catch-up now.
And now LMC looking to make up for that first drive. Looked so good, and then just that ends in that crushing interception.
Oh, wide
Jantomo
open.
deep, and that is a wide open catch for a
Gendron Vallée.
touchdown. Nicolas Gendron Vallée, a great player in this league, a guy who's well known to regular listeners of several podcasts. He's done a lot in this league as a player, but been doing a lot for Les Monsieurs Chats as well.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
He's a guy, I don't know if he's still there. I know he played a few years with Edouard Montpetit. He's a receiver over there. So, to be expected. He has great speed, great hands. Touchdown.
So here we go. Not the great start for Les Monsieurs Chats in the first drive. Come back, take control with a quick touchdown. Now looking to tie the game on the extra point conversion. Chentemo takes his pass, looking to his left, goes deep, and that ball is caught, but dropped as he hits the ground, and he looks hurt. The receiver looks like he hurt his ankle.
Simon Provencher, your center. That's
And
definitely
that's
not something you would be
huge,
seeing
yeah.
this early in the game.
And we've got the referees discussing something, making sure that the ball was not caught, and I'm pretty sure that will be the call. So that is an incomplete pass, 7-6, but as GM alluded to.
Wait, they're calling it. John Delisle is calling it a reception.
Okay, so they're giving him credit for tapping that second foot in, and the ball kind of came out after he hit the ground. I think the pain in his ankle probably had a lot to do with it. And as GM alluded to, that is a huge loss because on the list of players you cannot afford to lose, number one is quarterback, goes without saying. Number two is center, and that changes everything.
Yeah, and it's not just the center. I think he was the leading receiver in the 3 or 4 games for them this regular season. He's a big part of their offense. If he goes down, that's a huge loss for
Top
them.
in yardage as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And he just looks mad. He's really angry. It's a tough situation to make it to the finals, to fight and claw and scratch to make it in the situation, and then to come down with an injury so early, just after your team came back and tied the game. It's a tough situation for them.
So my guess now, if he's out of the game, is the possibility is probably Sébastien Deschamps will be snapping from here on out, but that's definitely not something you want to lose.
And is he a guy who's had experience snapping with other teams, GM? Not.
I believe he's taken some snaps for Terror Squad in Division 1 and Division 2 when he's played with them.
And so it's good to at least have that option, but definitely concern on the Les Monsieurs Chats sideline for the center.
Yeah, he's
Provencher,
walking
Simon
off,
Provencher.
but I
He's
don't,
walking off, but he's got a cleat off as well, so he's limping. It'll be questionable if he's able to come in.
If that's an ankle injury, you definitely don't want your cleat off because that's when it starts to expand and swell up.
Yeah, and so in that case, it might be that they decided to shut it down. We've seen situations where centers have gotten hurt, come back in just a snap, but then if you're not an option, it's not even worth it. Speaking of centers who are top options, Anthony Como gets his first catch of the game. Gain of about 10 yards, and Prestige Worldwide going to look to pounce on this situation at midfield.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see that earlier, though. Como and Lever go back years together. They have a lot of good chemistry. They know each other very well. I'm expecting a lot more from him in this game.
Como getting ready to snap the ball to Lever. Lever at midfield, taking the ball, looking to his right. And he goes deep down the right corner. That ball is caught for
Perfect
a
throw.
touchdown. Yes, that's the call from the officials by Maxime Laflamme and George Michael. You mentioned him earlier.
I did.
As a top guy that you can't ignore.
Yeah, you know what? He falls under the radar. He's not one who talks on the field. What he'll do is he'll just sneak in those routes. Despite his size, he's got a lot of height, but he'll still sneak under. He's not one who makes his presence felt with chirpiness or with flair, but he definitely gets it done, and that's all you need.
I think Lever should also get a bit of credit for putting that ball in the perfect place, too, for him.
A little bit for Lever there, yeah, absolutely.
And I'll give him a lot of credit for the Hall of Famer there, and that's a touchdown for Prestige Worldwide, who now take a 6-point lead, up 13-7 over les Monsieurs Chats. We'll see how they respond after this extra point. Lever going over the middle, but that ball sails harmlessly out of bounds in the back of the end zone. Looked like it was intended towards Anthony Como, but it was thrown behind him. So, Monsieur Chat, I'm not seeing Provencher come back out. He's on the bench there. He's actually getting changed, so I'm pretty sure that's it for the night for him. And I'm just trying to get a grasp of who the center will be here. It does look like you were
It looks
right.
like, no, David Chantoma's taking a practice snap.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you're going to have one guy snap it to you, your brother's a pretty good choice, right?
I mean,
I'm sure it's not the first time he snapped him the ball.
Yeah, that's absolutely for sure, but you know that this might carry off the field as well if tempers get hot.
Yeah, but it wasn't a situation where somebody played something rough. He got hurt coming down with the ball.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I think we'll be okay. But we know les Monsieurs Chats. They're a team that can get a bit heated, and maybe that plays to their strength. But right now, they need to come up big. First snap was a good one, and that pass is caught toe tap by Jean-Christophe Mercil on the sideline, and that's a gain of 9 yards.
Do you expect anything left from him?
He's an excellent receiver, great athlete. Ball was a little bit high, but he came down with it, and that brings up second down and about a yard.
Yeah, so I think it's really time for Chantomo to start kind of moving the ball around. He's really gone towards Gendron and Mercil a lot here, but the left side it's kind of quiet.
But I'm sure he'll get them involved as the game goes on, especially losing such a big piece of his offense so early on. Snap was a little bit wide, but he makes the big catch, throws it out of bounds, and that play, I think the timing of it just got ruined by the bad snap.
Yeah, it's definitely another out-of-character, off-target throw for Nicolas Chantomo.
For those who haven't had a chance to watch that much Division 3 GM, what is it that makes Chantomo so good?
I think Daniele said it best on the podcast. Simply put, he throws darts. Like, there's a lot of force behind his throws. He rarely makes mistakes. I mean, this is not indicative, this interception in this game. He's only thrown 3 interceptions in the entirety of the season and 1 interception in the playoffs beforehand, this being his second.
Definitely not what we've expected. And, again, losing your center, it's going to make things a lot harder for him. Now he's looking to goes over the middle, and that pass is caught by number 89, Nicolas Gendron Vallée, second catch of the game.
I think it should be mentioned, though, that, I remember when I played against Chantomo, he was really getting the ball out quickly. It seems like today he's kind of he's holding on to it a bit longer, and I think that's kind of playing into him. Obviously, it's harder for any quarterback to throw on the run. I think that's playing an impact in his kind of loss of accuracy today.
Well, now at midfield, the Les Monsieurs Chats, they're going to have to overcome a lot to win this game, but now there's a 6-point deficit for them. Chantomo takes the snap, patting the ball, going deep down the sideline, but it doesn't look like there's an opening as it falls out of bounds. I think, Jim, you said it's uncharacteristic of a start for them, and I know the center plays a part, but even before Provencher got injured, he looked a little bit inaccurate.
You know what? It could be jitters at the same time. This is a team it's their first season in all of FPF, and for sure it's definitely a culture shock to join the finals in your first season.
Yeah, these are guys that they know each other, I think, pretty much all from Edouard. I think one of them, Sébastien Deschamps, is a coach there. So they do know each other. I'm not sure if they played touch together. but they do still have some chemistry. But yeah, as Jim said, your first season, your first final, jitters are gonna happen.
That's right. So now a throw caught with a huge tackle by Adam Spence.
Definitely a holding call there.
Really
Yeah,
unnecessary there.
I would understand that. Makes sense, right? He basically bear hugged him to the ground. So nice catch, great catch, tough play, physical. And so now they're going to gain some extra yards on it. Got to be careful with penalties in the playoffs and especially in the finals. If you get thrown out for a couple plays too, suddenly you are not where you were supposed to be. Somebody else comes and sets in your place, makes a bad read, everything's off, and then momentum's on the other team's
side. It can change the game.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So he's lucky he's not getting thrown out for that one. A little bit physical. I don't think he was trying to hurt the guy, but I think he just kind of forgot what game he was playing. Les Monsieurs Chats getting a little bit of offensive momentum with the catch, tough grab, but then also some yardage on the penalty. They're at about the 8-yard line. And Chentomo, quarterback of the year, getting ready to throw his next pass. Looking, that pass is caught, snared out of the air by number 1, Sébastien Deschamps, but he is stopped shy of the end zone.
I don't think we expected this game to be 20 minutes in with a score of 13-7. It's definitely been an odd one here. Sébastien Deschamps definitely having great mechanics, coming down with the ball there, boxing out everyone else in the area, and just shy of the end zone.
Well, an important tackle, and it's always the little things that count in the finals. And when you make these tackles, you never know. One bad pass. That's what happened in the first drive. Chentomo made a mistake. Doesn't happen often. Like you said, only 2 interceptions this playoffs, one of them coming today on the first drive. He's going to make sure he doesn't get it. Snapper goes a little bit early, has to reset. Chentomo looking, trying to find somebody. Nobody's open, throws it out the back of the end zone. And Patrice Blouin looking like he thinks there should have been an interference on the rusher penalty there, and I'm not sure I disagree with him.
Yeah, it's definitely open to interpretation, but from our angle here up top, it did look like that David Chentomo impeded his way a little bit, even though he went outside and reset.
That's right. And, in a situation when you're in the red zone, it's so many bodies and big players, especially on Prestige Worldwide side, that, sometimes it's hard to get out of someone's way, but that's your job as an offensive player. You got to worry about that rusher. He's got straight line immunity.
I like the way you said that, by the way.
Thank you. I try and put a little flair in there. Blanchard, you're an offensive and defensive player, but defensively,
as a rusher,
what do you have to anticipate if you're the PWW defense right now?
If we're talking about as a rusher specifically, it's just a quick throw. Except here, I don't think that's what's going to happen with.
There's a roll to the right, cutting off his lane, and it's a sack. Patrice Blouin gets that straight line to the quarterback, and I don't know what happened on that play, but it was not what Chentomo was looking for.
You know what? Honestly, I think that might have been the lesser of two evils, because considering the coverage that Kevin Toussaint and Adam Spence had in front of the end zone, I would not have thrown that ball.
And that will bring up 4th down for Les Monsieurs Chats. They turned the ball over in their first drive this close. We're seeing they're not having an easy time of it against this Prestige Worldwide red zone defense.
And I think they really need to score here. I mean, Prestige is a team that, when they get up, they usually stay up. It's going to be really important for Chentomo to come up with a good play here.
4th down. Chentomo, quarterback of the year, getting ready, takes the snap. Looking over the middle, low to the right, and that ball is caught. There was the inbounds. No, the referee is saying that his foot was on the line, and from this vantage point, it looks like that was the right call. I think his foot was all over the line.
I couldn't tell. It was a great catch though. A really good effort. That was looked really close from up here. It's too bad we don't have replay.
That's right. Well, we've got the peanut gallery, as I like to call them, in front. Referees, staff members, some of them saying in, some of them saying out. I'm not sure. We'll see. Alex Lever takes the ball over past Como and gets a gain of 3 or 4 yards. Tackled by David Chentomo.
That's all day.
That's open all day, like you said. But
so you got about 6 there, maybe 5.
All right, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not a first down.
No, I agree with that, absolutely.
All right, so 2nd down coming up for the Prestige Worldwide offense. Lever looking to capitalize on that turnover on downs. Controversial play on the sidelines. Pass caught by Maxime Laflamme. And that's going to be a first down for the PWW
Just really
offense.
a great job of Lever making his reads, taking the easy throw, and really just moving the chains. That's all he needs to do right now.
And we've got a call of 5 plays left. 5 plays left in the first half, and you've got to wonder if Prestige Worldwide can score on this one too. Open up 2-score lead.
And they'll have the
And
ball
they'll
again
get
after the
the-
half.
And they're
Exactly,
getting
yeah.
the ball. That's got to be a tough situation for Les Monsieurs Chats. Lever looking to the right, floats it over everybody. Caught by, it looked like
Short.
Maxime
Laflamme
Laflamme
again. But he's held short of the end zone. 4 plays left, though. And he's on the 1-yard line. Laflamme has been destroying this Monsieurs Chats defense. They don't have an answer for him. But again, like we said, you're going to focus on Gradowski. You're going to focus on Como. Those are no-brainers. But everybody else can hurt you. And so far, it's been Laflamme. Might
Yeah.
be other guys later on in the game. But right now, Laflamme has been making it happen for the Prestige Worldwide offense. We mentioned Como earlier in this red zone situation. He didn't end up getting it. But that's got to be the number 1 read for Alex Lever. And he rolls to the right. Pass is
There it
thrown and caught for a touchdown by Kevin Toussignon.
That was a play they had tried earlier, and they got it on that one.
And he comes in from that right wideout position, just landing in front of the end zone. Catch is made, and it is a 19-7 lead for Prestige Worldwide.
it's
We're
gonna be
mentioning a lot of the receivers here, but this is really testament to Alex Levers' offense. He's been spreading the ball effectively, where we went into this game saying, oh yes, Coma's going to get a lot of passes, Gradowski's going to get a lot of passes. The fact that Lever is spreading the ball like this is huge in a final situation.
And what's really impressive is the way he opens up that throwing window for himself. You know, he rolls to the right, slides left, slides right, makes it happen, and that ball batted away before he can reach JF Trudeau, so the extra point is no good. Scores 19-7
Yeah, and
for
the
Prestige
the
Worldwide.
pressure is all on LMC right now to score here. They really need to get back into this game before halftime. If not, I don't know what it's going to look like in the second half.
So now we were at 3 plays left, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
the half.
We have Scoop on the sidelines here who we're about to hear from in the halftime report, who's just mentioned that this drive here is the game for Les Monsieurs Chats.
And I don't think he's wrong. As you mentioned earlier, GM, Prestige Worldwide starts with it in the second half as well. So it's a pivotal drive for them. 3 plays left. It's not going to be easy. Prestige Worldwide have to be looking for the deep ball. Chentomo takes the snap, pumps, goes right sideline, and the pass is caught by his brother David Chentomo. A great route coming out from the center position.
Yeah, it was a nice corner route there. He shedded all the coverage, made sure to keep an eye on his feet, stayed in bounds, and got a lot of yards there. Cut the field in half with 2 plays left.
They've been really working that right sideline all night long. I feel like that's their big area of focus. Like Justin mentioned earlier, not really going towards that left side too much.
No, but I mean, then again, it's been working pretty well there with Gendron and obviously Marcel, who, receiver of the year. I guess why not if it works?
Well, so far it's been working until they get to this position, and they've
Yeah.
struggled. They've stumbled in the red zone. They've got 2 plays left here. First down. Chentomo takes the snap, goes over the middle. The pass is caught by Gendron Vallée. Second touchdown of the game, and there is life. 19-14 lead for the Prestige Worldwide. 5-point game. Great job by Les Monsieurs Chats.
It's actually 19-13 at the moment. It was 7 points, adding in that touchdown for 6. They're going for 1 here with the opportunity to make it 19-14 and the opportunity to make Darren a clairvoyant.
That's right. Well,
But-
counting is not something I've ever been good at.
That's
why I count pills for a living.
Yeah, there you go.
19-13 lead, I should say. 6-point lead for Prestige Worldwide. Thank you to everyone here for correcting me on that one. Chentomo getting ready to take the snap. This is a big one for them. If they can cut it down to a 5-point lead, it's less than a score. Pass is thrown
That's a
and
great catch.
caught.
I don't even
by
know if
Seb
that was
Deschamps.
intended to him, but he came down with it.
Maybe a little bit of
Merci.
contact after the play by Jess Gradowski, but solid hands by Sébastien Deschamps. He came down with the ball at the highest point and did not let go.
And so now there's 1 play left in the half. Obviously, it's first down. Nobody cares about that. I alluded to it in the last divisions game that you got to be careful. This is what happened to Mysterious and Magical Men. You don't want a bad snap here.
No.
Just if you want to try deep, go for it. Great, but just be careful. Good snap, ball. See,
well,
bobbled. So this is what I'm talking about.
Rather you
want to be
bobbled it
careful.
than went
Two
over his head,
back-to-back
though.
with that 1-point convert, and now the bad snap. We do have a clairvoyant next to us here in
Okay,
Darren
man.
Basmajan.
I've got some gifts. Calling games might not be one of them, but
Speaking of calling games, we have Scoop Gentile joining us right here. Scoop, tell us what you think about this game so far.
Well, honestly, guys, I mean, it got off to a really slow start for Les Monsieurs Chats. It seems like Chentomo was a bit rattled at the beginning. He's not very used to throwing in completions. Also, the loss of Provencher is going to be really, really crucial. Luckily for them, they have a guy like David Chentomo to step in at the center position, making a huge catch on their last drive. I mean, that was the game. They're only 5 points out. Lever is on point on offense for Prestige Worldwide. Seems like the Gradowski connection and the Como connection isn't as apparent tonight. La Flamme is playing huge, 2 touchdowns already, I believe.
Yeah.
And listen, guys, this game is still not over. Obviously, Les Monsieurs Chats need a defensive hold, a defensive stop, a pick, four and out, something like that, just to get the momentum swinging their way if they want to win. But when it comes to Lever and his boys, keep doing what you're doing, right?
Daniele, you're can I call you Daniele, or does everyone have to call you
can
Scoop?
do
Is it
whatever you want,
mandated? All right, cool.
It's just me who's not allowed.
Okay, sounds good. So you're obviously a great player on both sides of the ball, great quarterback, but also a great defensive player.
Thank you.
What do Les Monsieurs Chats need to do to stop this Prestige Worldwide offense? They have had no success so far.
Okay, well, in my experience playing against Lever, we seem to win one, lose one every time. He's had the better of me the past couple seasons, but with my experience, like I said, playing man against him on defense seems to rattle him. He doesn't like using his feet. That's his 5th option usually on a play. So if you could play man and cover well enough for him to maybe throw up a duck, throw up an ill-advised ball, that would be, to their advantage, obviously. But you also have to switch it up against Lever. You have to throw some different options, give the same looks, but play different defenses. And Les Monsieurs Chats is not used to, adapting. We went over that in the podcast. So,
And you played against them first round.
We did. But they were just too powerful on offense. Tonight, it seems like their offense isn't leading the way for them, so they're going to have to do something on D, man.
And now you're a quarterback, which is a great vantage point for someone because nobody else here really is a quarterback. Although, GM, are you trying it in Division E this season? No? Okay,
No.
Everybody else is. Anyways, when you lose your snapper, how much does that affect the way you play?
Personally, for me and with my teams, I don't really, use my snapper as much as I should. But with Provencher and Les Monsieurs Chats, this is a huge loss.
All right, well, Lever now taking the snap. First play goes to J.S. Gradowski. Thank you, Daniele, for coming in. We'll have you back in near the end of the game as well to get your thoughts on that. Right now, it's still a 19-14 lead for Prestige Worldwide, a 5-point lead for Prestige Worldwide. Obviously, you want to keep scoring, but at the same time, you don't mind if you eat up that clock, and that's the kind of game plan they have anyways. So I don't think that's going to change.
No.
Lever's second play of the first drive of the second half, and that was a bit of a tongue twister. Lever looking to the left, pumps, goes deep, but something did not work there. I guess Como was supposed to be there, but he stopped his route halfway through.
Yeah, he was going there for the corner over against Marc-André Lapointe, who's a very good defender. I think it helped him that he went out of bounds there because Lapointe's a pretty athletic guy.
What do you think that was miscommunication, GM? What happened there?
I think that Lapointe was with him step for step, and just Como just had a little bit of trouble getting around him. As silly as that sounds.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the first time I've ever heard that. Lever looking to make amends on that last play. The whole offensive unit is. He's looking to his left, and he throws it. And again, a miscommunication with Como. And this is the third time in this game so far we've seen that happen. And this is two guys who thick as thieves. We never see them miscommunicate.
Yeah, season after season. And Seb Deschamps as well was just a step away from that ball. Definitely with eager eyes, just about a second too late on that one.
And I think it should be mentioned, I don't know, for those who didn't follow the season, this is these two teams have played against each other in the regular season, and Prestige was up 13-12 at the half, and LMC did come back to win it, so, never say never.
Here we go. I believe third down coming up for the Prestige Worldwide offense. Up 5 points. This is a big play for Les Monsieurs Chats on D. Lever throws it. Como, I don't know if he's in bounds there. Ooh. Looks like they're going to give it to him. I don't know. It looked to me like the second foot was not in bounds. What about you guys?
It looked to me
like very close play there. Of course, Jason Leclerc, the referee there, a very seasoned referee, definitely would be paying attention to something like that.
And he's in good position there.
Absolutely. He has the much better position over us here.
I don't know about the catch. I think the sack was pretty close there from my vantage point, but I guess the play's over.
Where he placed that heel in regards to the lineup.
So that'll bring up first down. Just past midfield for the Prestige Worldwide offense. Lever takes the snap. Looks to his right, and that ball is caught by Kevin Toussignan, and it's a gain of, looks to be about 8 yards or so.
And that play's been there for
ran
most
that
of the
route
game.
to a crisp.
Yeah.
came back right after that hook to catch that ball, make sure no one else was in position to get it besides him. And I think, honestly, that's a very, very underrated quality to have in a receiver.
And I think LMC are going to have to make some kind of, I mean, they need to mix it up here because that right side there has been there all day for Lever, and it's worked to perfection for him.
Lever takes a running snap. He's going and he's running. He's going to make it in. I think he was stopped. No, he wasn't. He makes it in for the touchdown. And looks like David Chantomo not too happy about that call. He thought that he got the flag off before he made it in. But as we always say in FPF, the hips don't lie. So if Lever's hips crossed that line before the flag came off, then it's a touchdown. 25-14 lead for PWW. 11-point lead now. What did you see on that play, GM?
I saw your sentence structure take a dive.
Thank you.
As well as Lever definitely making the right read, sending his players into the running those correct routes, and essentially not running picks for him, but definitely making the defenders aware of them more than of his running ability.
Well, Scoop mentioned earlier it's his fifth option. I guess he got down to his fifth option as he ran in that touchdown. Pass throw and caught in the back of the end zone. Good discipline by Como, knowing that wasn't going to him, because I thought he could have leapt up and grabbed it too. But anyways, extra point is good. 26-14 lead for Prestige Worldwide. It's time to start panicking for Les Monsieurs Chats, or are we still okay, GM?
You know what? Honestly, this is a team that's very, very resilient. It will be a backbreaker if there is a turnover on downs here. That is without a doubt. However, the way things look right now, it's still within reach for them, especially considering how Les Monsieurs Chats have been doing on extra points, although Prestige Worldwide are step for step with them.
Chantomo goes deep down the right sideline. That ball is caught by Nicolas Gendron Vallée. Great catch, and he's been their top guy undoubtedly. 3 touchdowns for the man.
You know what? For the most part here, Gendron Vallée has not been someone we've been discussing as much on this team, despite the fact that he does have experience in this league with the Spartans and the Golden Eagles as well. He's one of the more experienced players on this team. However, at the same time, he's been there for his QB when his QB needed him with 2 big, deep catches.
Yep, he was there. I think he was the leading receiver in 2 games this season. So, he is still a pretty good receiver, even if you're not talking about him.
Definitely, definitely. So here we go. It looks like they're going for a 2-point conversion on this one. Score is 26-20. Trying to bring it to a 4-point game. Chantomo goes, and that pass is caught on the right sideline by Nicolas Gendron Vallée again.
It seemed like an unorthodox call to go for 2 there, but obviously Chantomo knew something we didn't and is definitely profiting from it, making it a 4-point game here, and it will become a battle of extra points here, as we alluded to in the podcast.
And let's not forget, they've struggled in the red zone. So maybe getting that extra yardage, opening things up, making the windows a little bit open for him, maybe that's the kind of thing they're going to go for from here on in. We'll have to keep an eye on it.
That's a great point.
Well, I was due. Lever looking to make a statement here, you've got to figure. And, he's a guy that people have questioned, said he can get rattled. You saw Daniele allude to it, and that was that play didn't work out how we wanted to. But, again, that's what we're saying. There's that talk, and he kind of seemed to put it to bed with that championship victory in overtime with Darren Worldwide. But it's something that people bring up time and time again. Justin, do you think this is a fair assessment of Lever, or is it just something that's overblown because we need things to talk about in the media?
I think that's probably more it. I mean, he did win a championship just last year, right? I don't think that at this point it will really be that much to him. I mean, it's nothing new at this point. He just really needs to settle and just play his game.
2nd and 10 for the Prestige Worldwide. Lever finds his receiver, Patrice Blouin, getting in a rare offensive snap, and he makes the catch on the right side of the field.
It's testament to the strength that this team has and the versatility they can bring their rusher off the bench. First drive, he makes a catch there. There's a lot of capability on this team, and they're using it to their maximum right now.
And it's good to keep people fresh as well. They know that Kevin Toussignan is the one who came out, but they know they'll need him to stay fresh later on in the game. He needs to make big plays, so it's a good play all around for them, and it's good to know, like you said, that you've got backups who can step in and do a great job. 2nd down, or I think
it's 3rd.
3rd down now for Prestige Worldwide, and Lever throws it over the head. He had 2 guys in the general vicinity, but it wasn't a great pass or not a great route, and it's the 3rd time we've seen in that general intermediate left side of the field that he's missed them.
I think he was hoping that Gradowski saw that he was flustered a little bit and would take it up, but that was not the case, unfortunately. It is 4th down now here.
Yeah, so last was 3rd. This is 4th. And Prestige Worldwide is going for it. And Toussignan coming back in, a little bit of fresh legs. Keep an eye on him. He's a big guy, and he can box people out. Obviously, there's not a ton of yardage they need here.
Yeah, they need about 6 yards here, and you definitely want your biggest bodies on the field at this moment.
Going with the
Interesting, we got a
trips.
trips.
Yeah. Going with trips now. GF Trudeau in isolation on the left side. Lever
Wow.
looking to his right, though. He's got what a catch! Great catch by J.S. Gradowski coming in off that left side in the trips formation. Great play by him, and Lever just floated that, dropped it right over the defender. Great play by both guys.
Full extension in the air, made sure his feet didn't go out of bounds. That's definitely one of the best receptions we've seen of this game so far.
Finally, a little life. Gotta be deflating, though, for the Monsieurs Chats. You know you need to stop. You brought up, GM, that it's going to be a battle of extra points. You're absolutely right on that regard. But in this situation, you bring them down to 4th down, and you know they're going to grind the clock. You know they're going to try and float that ball over you. Great job by Alex Lever threading that pass, and great job by Gradowski coming down with it. Trips again. Lever looking over the middle. Now Pumps goes deep down the middle and throws it back of the end zone. I think a prudent decision there. You don't want to make a mistake.
You see Seb Deschamps here calling for intentional grounding on this. And you know what? On this one here, and especially the previous plays as well, I don't think he's wrong. He's really been throwing it away when he doesn't see what's been there, aside from that up to Gradowski that didn't happen, but that was definitely a throwaway in my opinion.
So here we go. 2nd down for Alex Lever. Again with the trips formation. 3rd play in a row we see him go with this. Looking to his right, and he throws it back corner, but it's out of bounds. It's a little bit of inaccuracy from Lever, and it's a bit surprising for me. 4th down again.
Yeah,
It looked like he might have had a corner and a post route there. He might have had Gradowski on that post route. However, you know what? When you're up, you know you want to score, but at the same time, they're maximizing the time they have on offense to prevent LMC.
Yeah, I think it is important for them to go back to the game. I mean, from the games that I've seen, they do like to kind of chew up the clock and kind of move up the field, like a few plays at a time, a few yards at a time, and it seems like Lever's kind of going for it all here. It's not working too well for him so far.
4th down, trips again going over the middle, and that ball is going to fall incomplete. There's the turnover in downs, and well, hold on. Now it's looking like they're calling 4th down now.
Oh.
Eagle. It's 4th now. See?
Okay.
I
So
hate Eagle.
I think this is
trying to
really
fluster
huge.
me.
This is really huge for LMC. They had missed the 4th down opportunity before. They really need to get their stops. This isn't a team that gets too many turnovers. They only have, as a team, 10 interceptions on the year. They really need to find a way to get their hand on the ball here and bat this one down.
Yeah, that's it. Don't go greedy. Don't go for an interception. Knock this down. Going back to the base formation for Prestige Worldwide. Lever looks to the left. Caught by Gradowski. Is he going to get enough?
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like they're signaling.
No,
No,
it looks
he's
like
lost
it's
for it.
Turnover on downs. Yards not gained. That's it. So here we go. That was the stop Les Monsieurs Chats needed. Down by 4. They get the ball back. Improbably, they were down by a couple scores. Their snapper is out. One of their top receivers gone. Things not working well. Not working well in the red zone. Interception for Chentomo. All of a sudden, they're in a position to take a lead. Just shows you how quickly it can change.
Full credit to them. I mean, not too many teams I think would be able to kind of show that resiliency. But I mentioned this is a team with a lot of it, and this is what we kind of expect here from them.
Chentomo breaking left and getting yards, and it looked like he leapt there, and I think that's going to be the call because he leapt into Como.
Yeah, I think he's looking for the call there. He felt that Como was maybe a little bit physical and impeding his way, but in my opinion, too, it looks like that call might be on Chentomo himself.
Absolutely. We're going to wait for the call, but that seems to be the indication so far.
Looks like they're going to back him up too. Prestige are taking the option to back him up.
So we're just waiting for the official indication here from the officials. Seem to be taking their time. 4-point lead for Prestige Worldwide. They missed your shot. I feel right now that they're going to go deep. I don't know. Do you agree with me here? I think Jean-Tron Vallée gets it again.
You know what? I think, honestly, we've been seeing a lot of Jean-Tron Vallée, but J.C. Mercier has still yet to make his presence felt here. Aside from a great catch and coverage, he hasn't done much that we've been expecting him to do here.
Well, let's see what happens. He's definitely been working that right side of the field a heck of a lot more than the left one. Takes the snap, good snap. looking to his left, over the middle, and that ball is caught for a big gain in yardage. Tackle by Anthony Como.
Simon Gauthier had a great catch there. Definitely not the person we thought it would be going to, especially in that coverage. You'd see the two of them lining up. If you saw Gauthier lining up against Como, you would not think something like that would happen. But testament to that catch there and a huge play.
Yeah, and it was also a really good throw there, putting it right over the defender into the hands of the receiver. And it really seems like all the momentum is behind Les Monsieurs Chats right now.
And this is the offensive unit we were expecting to see. We didn't see it early on. We saw some mistakes. We saw some bad plays, some poor decisions, but now things seem to be rolling. And it's as surprising as it is that they've rebounded so well from losing their center. They're still doing a great job. Everybody's come to play, and now I think we're going to get a great second half. So let's see what Chentomo has in store for the Prestige Worldwide defense. He's looking to the right, but that ball is out of bounds. There is a flag on the play, though.
Looks like John Delala may have had a better angle on that rush than Jose Pira did, and they're going to discuss this right now.
Very interesting situation. Obviously, penalties can really swing the momentum, and it's a penalty on something happened there. Anyways, penalty on. I still can't get a call on who it's on. I kind of saw the arms go both ways.
It looks like it's going to be a push off on impeding the rusher, maybe, or just a push off in general.
Oh, we're still waiting to get the official call. It's taking a while here. Here we go. So it's a penalty on the offense. Looks to be declined. Yeah. So here we go. It's third down now. Third down for Les Monsieurs Chats. Again, it's now, but you see it kind of when things are going quick, that's kind of playing in their benefit. And then when things are moving a little bit more slowly, bogged down by drops, penalties, things like that, it almost looks like it flusters them a little bit. Chentomo's got a rebound, gain control of that offense. He's going deep right side, and that ball is just out past the outstretched fingertips of David Chentomo, his brother and center.
You know what, honestly, it's becoming tedious to say it over and over again, but this is so uncharacteristic of Nicola Chentomo, and he's really got to get it in check. Otherwise, this game will be chalked up to a loss here.
And it's funny because when Daniele came in, he was mentioning how it's so rare to see him inaccurate. And we've seen a lot of inaccuracy on both sides. Both guys usually do a great job, but it's just been an odd game so far, and I think it goes beyond nerves, I guess.
These are two elite teams, to be fair. They're very, very good, especially for Division 3. So it might be to be expected that each team is the best the opposition has faced.
So trips formation on the left side of Chentomo. He goes to his left side. That ball is caught, but it's not in bounds. It's an incomplete pass. Actually, the ball fell out of his hands as well.
He had two receivers in the area there. I don't know if that was just miscommunication on their part, but this is not the Les Monsieurs Chats team I expected to see at all.
And here we go. Subsequent down. Not sure if it's second, third down. Anyways, 4-point lead for Prestige Worldwide. Les Monsieurs Chats sputtering a little bit. Who hasn't gotten involved that you expected to see here, GM?
I mean, I did mention earlier that Jason Marcil only has one catch so far. Sébastien Deschamps has only been in on the extra points there and one slant during the early on. Those are the two, definitely, in my opinion, who are surprising here.
Over the middle, and that ball is not caught.
That was fourth down.
Fourth down. And
yeah, so
it looked like Chentomo had it in his hands, but with the physicality of the defense on him, it kind of just slipped out. And here we go, turnover on downs. I never thought I'd see this many turnover on downs.
And that's a big missed opportunity for them.
Daniele and I were alluding after the podcast, we were discussing amongst ourselves, and he actually said it as well, that on air, that Alex Lever might have been the most likely to throw an interception in this game. But I said as a counterpoint that even though Lever's the most likely, Chentomo will have a harder time bouncing back from one. And that seems to be the case.
Definitely. They have not looked like the Les Monsieurs Chats offense that I expected to see, that's for sure.
Nope. But on the other side, that's a great tackle there by Lapointe. I think he was their leading tackler for Les Monsieurs Chats this season. Not too many people get past him there.
Yeah, he's a great tackler, underrated thing. We saw it in the Division 4 Championship. One missed tackle can really change the look of a game. Lever hoping for some missed tackles. Hasn't been getting it on Lapointe side. We'll see what happens. He's looking to his right, pumping, waiting, throws over the middle, just slips it through to Como, who gets some yardage after the catch as well. And that's the Anthony Como we expect to see. That's the Alex Lever we expect to see. And it's dangerous for Les Monsieurs Chats because they had everything rolling their way, turnover on downs, and now looks like maybe the Prestige Worldwide offense got the momentum.
Yes, smart on this offense too. I mean, they've been going elsewhere. The defenders are starting gradually to cheat towards their respective sides rather than the middle. And it looked like Como just saw the opening, parted the Red Sea, got that catch, and made his way up.
Yeah, and credit to Lever for not forcing any pass. You know, he went through his reads, no one was open, he went there to his check down.
Lever takes the next snap. Get after the first down, catch by GF Trudeau near the left sideline. Gain of a few yards, not too much, but keeps that offense moving, keeps the momentum going.
And more importantly, the clock always keeps going down. But
Yep.
It's been an interesting game so far for sure. I mean, Lever is absolutely taking the most advantage possible of his players. And it looks like we've got a bit of a dispute here on the field as to where the yardage was chalked up.
So we're going to, well, it's been placed, and it's first down now. So it's a first down, red zone, so within the 5-yard marker. This is where things have gotten a bit hairy tonight, especially on Les Monsieurs Chats, but it's not an easy situation for anyone involved.
Yeah, absolutely. Les Monsieurs Chats have definitely been dealing with a fur ball there when it comes to red zone checks.
Lever getting ready, surveying the field, looks to his left, and then he throws that ball, lands incomplete. Looks like Grodowski wasn't able to get the separation he wanted.
no, it looked like he just fell down there on his route.
I don't know if he fell down or maybe it was, I guess, a little bit more of physical defending as well from Sébastien Deschamps, who was definitely an elite. And you had basically a D1 receiver going up against a D1 defender there.
A lot of talent in Division 3. That's been the theme all season. Great division, great action. A little bit more of a bare-knuckle brawl than a finesse thing going on tonight, but still some good football being played. Lever takes the snap, goes over the middle. That pass is deflected and almost caught.
Oh,
His touchdown is a catch?
Yeah, he came down with
Wow.
that ball. It was a matter of whether his feet were in or not.
A great focus by him right there. That's really not an easy catch to make.
That
You
is-
have really
And,
2-3
and if
defenders in
what's
front of you.
crazy about that play is if it wasn't deflected by the defender, it would not have made it to the receiver.
That is definitely one we want to see on an instant replay.
Yeah.
There was a huge play.
Near the end. So it's 32-22 score right now. 10-point lead, and that was a tough pill to swallow for Les Monsieurs Chats. They had everything going their way. Didn't work out. Lever now going over the middle of that pass is not caught. And so it's a 10-point lead for Prestige Worldwide. Les Monsieurs Chats have to start hurrying things up now. I'm not sure what the time situation is, but there can't be all that much left. And they need to score quick. Hurry
Which
up
is
offense, something we haven't really seen. But
no, but it is to their advantage. This is a team that is used to actually, scoring quick and putting up points at will. So I think it really works to their advantage here.
now there's a lot of guys who haven't been getting enough looks. Sounds like there's less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's the confirmation we're getting here.
So
This
less
is
than 2
huge.
minutes. So really need to speed things up here. There is no room to waste. Throwing deep down the left sideline. That pass is almost caught. Wow.
Just overthrew Seb Deschamps there, just by the smallest
Yeah.
amount.
Okay.
Well, they
Good
don't
game.
have time to waste. Get back in that huddle and try it again because less than 2 minutes left now. We're less than
Oh,
one and
and
a
it
half.
looks like we might have an offside on the rusher there.
Okay, well, it's good to gain that yardage. Timeout called by Les Monsieurs Chats, and definitely you want to stop that clock with so little time left.
Yeah.
Offside on the rusher, so that'll be an extra 5 yards. There you go. So first down, timeout called by Les Monsieurs Chats.
A lot of uncharacteristic mistakes again. I don't know what. I mean, I didn't see him go on a hard count or anything. At this point in the game, you just have to stay focused and stay disciplined.
Sloppy game on both sides. Sloppy. Not the prettiest final I've
Yeah.
ever seen, but nonetheless, the championship victory will taste sweet for whoever brings it down. Les Monsieurs Chats need a quick score. We were talking about it before. That doesn't change. Timeout has been ended. Gameplay is whistled back in, and Chentomo looking deep, and he's got
Mercil.
Mercil.
he
He
is.
catches it, and there's going to be a flag, and it looks like he got it.
He's in.
Touchdown! Well, there you go. That's what you needed. Score is now 32-28. Grodowski did everything but pull him down to the ground there.
And you know what? Great focus from Mercil. Knowing he was not tackled, he continued on, even with Grodowski's hand in his face on the ball. He kept backing up, made sure his waist crossed that line.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed right there. And I guess pending them the extra point after, it's going to be up to the defense really to make a play.
And they haven't really been able to do it too much. They got a couple of fourth down situations, forced one turnover. The other one they didn't get. They've got to make it happen now, whether it's an interception a fourth down or some other play. They need to get this ball back. They need to do it quick. There's not much time left in the second half, so looks like we are going to have a photo finish for the Division 3 championship. So it's a 4-point lead pending the extra point. Obviously, the referees discussing the situation with the players. There's some discussion. Gradowski thinking that maybe the play should have been called dead before Mercil made it into the end zone. Nevertheless, they are going for 2, looking to make it a 32-30 game, 2-point game.
Alex Lever has come on the field here. It looks like Gradowski may have received a penalty there as well and being off for 3.
We'll see how that affects things. And that ball sails past the back end of the end zone. Players calling for a penalty. They're not going to get it, and it's a 4-point lead. Doesn't really change all that much right now in that they need to get a stop. There's just not enough time to play that, allow them to score and try and pull something off. So here we go. Prestige Worldwide, biggest drive of the game. We've seen Alex Lever have difficulty in the clutch. We've seen him succeed in the clutch, like any other quarterback. He's a great player. He's a Hall of Famer. He's got some great players and some future Hall of Famers on this team as well. We're going to have to see. Who do you think his go-to guy is going to be on this drive?
I think right now it's going to be himself. I envision him pump faking here and taking off for a run, either in this play or the next play to try and burn out the clock a little bit.
Well, they are right by their own end zone there.
Yep.
Because of the penalty.
Because of the penalty.
You have to make sure for a good snap first.
Yeah, that's it. We mentioned it at the end of the first half. We saw that bobbled snap. Cannot happen again. Snap is good. Lever looking to his right. Passes to Como, and he's tackled after a gain of about 3 yards. They've still got a long way to go.
But that's good that it works for them. You know, you get out of the end zone. You have a little bit more room to work with. That's a perfect play there.
5 plays left now. Second down. I don't think that Mr. Chats called their second timeout there,
Nope,
did
that's
they?
a missed opportunity for
It's a
them again.
tactical mistake by them. So 5 plays left. We see the trophy, the T-shirts, and the MVP award making their way down, which tells you we're almost at the end here. Lever taking that snap right behind his goal line. Trudeau makes the catch and gets a little bump, but there's not going to be a call in this situation.
Yeah.
So they're slowly moving forward, getting out of the end zone, getting out of that danger zone with a 4-point lead. 4 plays left now.
I don't know if Trudeau got a bump there or ran his route into a very static Sébastien Deschamps who just stood his ground.
I would lean more towards that. 4-point lead. So, again, somebody's got to come up big for Prestige Worldwide. It's 3rd down now. They don't have many yards to go to get it, but they've got to get it. It's a big
There's
one.
that run. There's that run right there.
And it's a huge tack by the rusher, number 4, Simon Gauthier. We mentioned him. He made a huge catch before. Now he gets a huge sack, and that's going to bring up 4th down. What will the decision be by the Prestige Worldwide offense? They're calling a timeout to talk it over, but it certainly looks like they're going to try and go for it. And that is a huge, huge play.
Yep,
for Mr. Chats.
This is a team, I think, actually, Gauthier leads the team in sacks. I think they only had 4. So this isn't a team that gets too many of those, but that was probably the biggest one they have of the season.
None bigger than that one. He recognized what Lever was trying to do. He did it quite a few times this game. He rolled a little bit to the left, cut back to the right, trying to gain that yardage, and it looks like they will punt the ball after that timeout with 3 plays left.
Would that punt may actually bring it down to 2 plays here? We'll have to get confirmation.
That's right.
We see Jose Pira with
2 plays. You're right about that. So we've got 2 plays now, but as you've mentioned, if any offense can punch it in with only 2 plays left, it's the Monsieurs Chats. They've got the quarterback of the year, Nicolas Centomo. They've got the receiver of the year, JC Merci. So if anybody can do it, it's these guys. They'll have 2 plays to punch it in. Do you cut the field in half first? Do you go for the bomb?
Yeah.
GM?
You know what? Honestly, most seasons quarterbacks would cut the field in half here, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. He throws it to his brother.
David Centomo gets a huge chunk of yardage and is kind of bumped out of bounds, and that's going to bring up one final play to decide the Division 3 championship. It does not get better than this, folks. Last play of the game, they're at about 7 or 8 yards from the end zone. 7 yards. No, it's about 10.
What a
about 10.
momentum shift we saw from the first half of the game to this half. I mean, incredible right now.
They look discombobulated. They did not look comfortable, and now it just shows you how quickly things can shift when things start clicking for this offense. There will be 1 play left to decide the championship. 10 yards. They need 10 yards to get into the end zone and win the Division 3 championship. They've got the right guys. Let's see what happens. Chantomo takes the snap. Looking to his left, cutting back to the right. Sack!
Oh, no.
And that is a sack, and the game will end on a Patrice Blouin sack. Unbelievable finish. And Daniele Scoop Gentili called it from the sideline. Great play. Unbelievable. Nothing was open. Good coverage by Prestige Worldwide there.
Yeah, that was really that was exactly it. That was just a coverage sack. There was no one there for Chantoma to go with. He's not a guy that really moves around too much in the pocket. Right there, I mean, that was it.
Scoop, you called it. I heard you call it from the sideline. What are your thoughts on that last play?
Look, just to have a last play for a touchdown to win the game was an incredible feat from Les Monsieurs Chats, considering their losses with their center and their pretty static offense this game. But honestly, Patrice Blouin just made Lever so happy right now because I'm sure he would have cried again had they lost. But listen, Les Monsieurs Chats, good for them to make it all the way to the finals. Lever played well, Prestige Worldwide played well, and they deserved it. They actually really deserved to win this game.
And it looks like Lever gets the double trophy, the championship trophy first, and then the MVP award. But we know it's all about the championship for these guys. Lever gets his second championship in a row.
Yeah.
What a great performance by him. I mean, it got a little bit hairy at the end, but he played a great game.
It came up to a great finish. I mean, just for Les Monsieurs Chats to have a shot there. I mean, you can't script it any better. Again, congratulations. And I don't know about this whole champagne on the field, but they deserve it.
Blanchard or Justin, whatever.
Whichever one.
Thoughts on this game, this season as a whole, as a player in Division 3?
Yeah, I think I want to give, a quick shout out to Les Monsieurs Chats for coming back. They had lost those back-to-back games to end the season. I thought that was really it for them. I thought they were in for a first round finish. They came back strong. They fought their way to the final, and unfortunately for them, the start of the game didn't work out the way they had hoped. But nonetheless, it made for an interesting end to the final, and I think a good way to end the season.
GM, your thoughts on the season, on Les Monsieurs Chats and their run, and especially Prestige Worldwide?
You know what? Honestly, I think I wouldn't change a thing if I were Les Monsieurs Chats. It was their first season coming in here. They dealt very agreeably with the losses they had. Also, they were missing Marc-Andre Lewis, who is another defender who is a very, very strong defender on this team as well. I think, honestly, as a team, they play well together. They've had a great game. I don't think there's anything that they can detract from the season. Prestige Worldwide are a very, very seasoned team, and we often say experience comes up huge in the finals.
And an experienced team did end up winning it. And I want to thank you guys for the experience of calling this Division 3 championship game. Started off looking like it was going to be pretty boring, 10 minutes without a score. Then suddenly it got really tense near the end, and it was a great game, great show delivered by these two teams, these two amazing teams. Justin, thank you for coming on. I know Division 3 wasn't the division you covered, but you did a great job nonetheless.
Thanks for having me.
GM, Daniele, you guys were awesome all season. Great job. Vince Nardone, the writer, not able to be here because he's preparing for the Division 2 championship game, but really a good job by everybody involved. Hell of a season. Congratulations to everyone involved. Congratulations to Les Monsieurs Chats, but most of all, congratulations to your Division 3 champions, Prestige Worldwide.